not at home when the war broke out in their neighborhood in Kuwait. They were here in the States winding up a vacation. And because no end to war is in sight now, their pleasure trip has turned into a relocation.
I miss my friends in Kuwait. They're having a war now, and I think my friends are getting killed. But I don't want to think about that.
9-year-old Angela Kiason and her 7-year-old sister Patricia are old enough to know that war means bloodshed. They've seen these pictures on television, but they didn't understand the magnitude of it all until their parents told them they couldn't go home, and about the fate of people they know.
When I told them that our parish priest was executed by the Iraqis, because we heard it from our family back in the Philippines.
The family has lived in Kuwait for 5 years. They left on June 29th for a 2-month vacation to New York City. When the trouble started, they moved in with relatives here in Chicago, with only the summer clothes they packed and some pocket money. Now, 5 months later, Angela is getting through with the help of best friends like Jessica Michael. Patricia's pal is Dana Miller. Youngsters here at St. Matthias have heard first-hand accounts of war before. They represent 27 countries, many of them immigrating here with their parents from places like Poland, El Salvador, and South Africa. To maintain those connections, a peace tree stands in the lobby of the school, and every morning the students pray for peace around the world.
We teach the children to pray, yes, for those that they love, but also for the people that are on the other side. They have loved ones.
The family is actually from the Philippines. Right now, the girl's father is working as an architect in Hawaii because he couldn't find a job here in Chicago, and because the Iraqis have taken over his office in Kuwait, using it as a sort of command post. Alan?
Diane, there was a bit of a scare at Chicago.
Patricia ponders which color marker to use. But as they go about their schoolwork at St. Matthias Grammar School, the girls' thoughts often stray to the home they left behind in Kuwait.
It makes me, scared, and makes me feel like crying. But I don't want to feel like that. I wish I could go back.
Just by chance, Patricia and Angela were vacationing with their parents in the United States last August when Iraq invaded Kuwait. The family says lucky is not a strong enough word to describe how they feel.
The better word for that is blessed. Somehow the Lord took us out of Kuwait at the right time.
The Kiosans lived in Kuwait for 7 years. They were part of a large Filipino community there. News from family and friends still in Kuwait is scary. Some of the women have been attacked.
They were raped during the early part of the invasion.
And their family priest murdered.
We heard from our family that the news was released in the Philippines from Vatican about his execution in Kuwait.
Angela and Patricia have helped their classmates understand the tragedy of war.
When I was sitting next to her, she said my house might get bombed and stuff. And I was worried. And I felt like everybody was going to die that was there. It was frightening.
Nevertheless, the Kiosans hope to return to Kuwait after the war ends. They say it's a beautiful country they're homesick for.
I like Kuwait, and I want to go back to Kuwait.
Ann Cavanaugh, Fox News, Chicago.